I just pulled into the gym parking lot and we are gonna do a glute focused leg day today. I would say glutes and hamstring because I want to get my backside even more defined and plump. So if you are looking to do the same, definitely write down these exercises and follow along. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are meeting me for the first time. I am a Bikini Pro Olympian, a certified personal trainer, and a certified nutritionist. And I love everything health. I love to look good. I like to feel good. 2 days out from my period, so the energy is just a little bit calm and tired. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on a cute outfit and we're gonna go train. So yeah, I'm sipping on my fat burner and then we're gonna go and train. Once you're done warming up, let's go and roll out our glutes. I'm using what looks like a tennis ball. You can also use a foam roller. You can also bring your own foam roller to the gym if you don't want to use the ones at the gym. But the tennis ball honestly does the trick, and it's so much smaller so that you can fit it into your gym bag without it being too bulky. From here, I usually add in longer dynamic stretches. I'm just doing hip rotations, and then I'm gonna get into warming up my glutes and isolating them using booty bands. So do this until you feel like your glutes and your hips are warmed up. You know, get some free flow movement in, and these are called dynamic stretches, loose movements, okay? Then you're gonna add in your booty band. I like to have the booty band above my knees when I'm doing the fire hydrants, my core pulled in. Y'all, look at the glutes already. I am so ready to fire up in this workout. As I record, honey, I cannot sit on the toilet as I'm recording this. I did this workout 2 days ago. I was like, I'm going in. I want my glutes to be bigger. Oh, honey, they are big, but my glutes are sore. Even my hamstrings, a little bit of my quads, like we feeling it. So yeah, we are gonna do fire hydrants, then some donkey kicks, and then single leg hip drives. So those are a few of my favorites when it comes to isolating and burning the glutes. I will always be somebody that is gonna use the booty bands before I touch any machines, dumbbells, cables. I know a lot of people usually, they'll start with hip thrusts or they'll start with some type of machine or dumbbell. Honestly, y'all, like some of y'all have been doing your glutes wrong because you really want to make sure they're awake before you touch the bigger muscle groups like your hamstrings and your quads. That's why a lot of people are more quad dominant than glute dominant. I'm more glute dominant. That's why I get a lot of BBL allegations. So you just want to make sure to warm up your glutes. We're going to do 4 sets here. You want to make sure that your knees never touch the floor and never touch together. You want to keep the tension in your glutes as you push against that booty band. The booty band and any resistance band is honestly going to help you also strengthen your joints and strengthen your core as well. Look how tight my midsection looks 2 days out from my period. I love it. Next up, we are gonna head in for a seated abduction. This was my favorite machine when I first started going to the gym. Not this particular machine, the original seated abduction. And I have a booty band here as well. Oh, ladies, put the booty band on in any exercise you can, whether it's below the knees, on the ankle, or above the knees. Trust me, it is going to fire you up and keep your core tight. So we're going to be doing the seated abduction for 4 sets. and I'm driving through my heels. The tips of my toes are facing upwards towards the ceiling, and I'm putting a lot of pressure in my heel all the way to my hips. And I'm just making sure to keep a good gap. I never put my knees back together. I keep a good gap and tension in my glutes as I'm in this motion. I eventually took the booty band off because I wanted to go up in weight. So if you would like to increase the weight, I encourage you to do, then you can take the booty band off, increase the weight, and then do drop sets. And then you can use your last set to drop down the weight, and then you put the booty band on and then rep it out till failure. It's all about changing up your techniques, okay? Using the same exercise but changing up the techniques. Ooh, ladies, y'all are not gonna like me after this Triset. We're starting off with the B stance deadlift. I love single leg deadlifts, okay? You really wanna take your time as you hinged forward. I'm keeping my spine straight and my core pulled in. I'm putting all the weight on my heel as well, while the tips of my toes are facing upwards. I'm just using my back leg as a kickstand just for stability, and then I'm coming up to a squeeze. I don't fully stand up, as you see. And then we're gonna superset this baby into a single leg Bulgarian split. Well, each leg, obviously, duh. But we are going to be adding some heavy weights to this, and I want you to sit back as much as you can so that your knees are not tracking over your toes. You want to make sure that you are sitting back and stretching that front leg, the hamstring especially, so you can feel this in your hamstring and the bottom of your glutes and not so much your quads. In a lunge position or a Bulgarian split squat, it's just all about positioning so you do not feel it in your quads unless you want to. And then we're gonna Triset this with a deadlift, Romanian deadlift here. Take your time on the way down and then come up and squeeze. So I'm just scooping my glutes up without standing up fully, and always making sure there's a slight bend in my knees. Right after set one, I was ready to go up in weight. I was like, bring the pressure on my backside. That's how I was feeling. You see it? Yes. And you know what? As you train heavier, that's how your body actually gets tighter. You reduce in body fat and you're building muscle. Again, I like to keep my rest periods very short. And I just move around, breathe. I'm breathing throughout and I'm breathing after. You just want to breathe and just go with the tempo of your body and just make sure you're feeling the flow throughout your entire body. Once you have mind to muscle connection, then you're going to be good. You don't want to be frantic. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to make ugly faces. You can feel sexy and empowered in your body as you're lifting heavier weights. Just take your time and don't rush. All right, look at that booty pump, the booty pump. All right, we're going back to the Bulgarian split squats. And again, I went up in weight and I was like, okay, let's go. And I like to give myself a lot of space between the back leg and the front leg. That way I can really sit my booty back and stretch my hamstrings and the bottom of my glutes. Yes, it was so good. Again, keep that core tight and push through. Push through. We want to build the hamstrings, shape them nice, and build that peach. Whether I'm recording a video or not, I am never on my phone. This is one thing that is going to mess up your training whenever you're texting or checking messages from people, unless you're working, I get it. But having useless conversations, no. We are fully locked in when we're training. 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, locked in, 20 minutes, locked in. You dedicate all of that time to working on yourself. Put some music in or a podcast and rep that shit out. And once again, we are going to be using the pit shark machine in a sumo stance position. If you do not have this machine, you can use dumbbells, and I like to put my legs up on platforms and then keep that dumbbell in between so I can get a really deep squat. You really want to stretch your hamstrings and the bottom of your glutes. You're also going to feel this at the top outer port of your glutes as well. Sit low for that pickup and use your heels into your knees, into the bottom of your glutes to squeeze and pick up that weight. I'm putting all of the pressure and the weight in my heels, turning my knees outwards on my way down and on my way up, staying firm in my squat. Core is pulled in and you are driving from those heels. Squeeze your glutes. Again, I do not stand all the way up fully, and I'm really trying to get as deep and low as possible to stretch those glutes. If you want to have BBL allegations, baby, you got to squat low. Okay, and sit back. When my legs are turned out, I have really long legs, by the way. When my legs are turned out, my feet are in the same position as my knees. I'm sitting my booty back as much as I can so my hamstrings and my glutes are stretched. I don't really feel this in my quads. Now, of course, we want to tighten up those quads so they look sexy when you put on heels or when you're wearing leggings or shorts. Yeah, we're going to do the single leg extension. And then, of course, I'm going to superset with both legs right after. And I just usually use the leg machines for quads at the end of my workout because I don't want my quads to kick in. I don't want them activated while I'm training my glutes, especially if it's a glute and hamstring focused day. I don't want my quads to be activated until the end of the session. Just because I don't want bigger quads. Yeah, no, I don't want bigger quads. And my glutes, I usually get, oh my God, do you have fake glutes or whatnot? Is because my glutes are so big that they look disproportionate to the rest of my legs and my body, right? But that's just because I don't train my quads anymore as much as I used to. I don't squat either unless the weight is coming from the bottom of me and not on my shoulders. So there's a lot of things that I changed up within my routine so that I could just really focus on sculpting the body that I personally wanted. Right? My boobs are fake and my glutes are real. My midsection is really tight and small and my torso is really short. My arms, they have been bigger before, but I just stopped training my arms. I used to train my arms 2 to 3 times a week, like upper body in general. And then now I just train them once a week or bi-weekly. But if you have no muscle on that upper body or no strength, I would really encourage you to focus on having 2 upper body days and maybe 2 to 3 leg days. I train my glutes. I have like 2 focused glute days, and then I'll have 1 full leg day where I'm working all muscle groups, including quads and calves. And when it comes to my quads, I don't train them too heavy. I just focus on time and just taking my time and squeezing, making sure to just squeeze that muscle and take my time and fatigue. So a lot of high reps, high volume. And I'll usually superset this with jump squats, but my body was done at that point. And thank God I didn't, because I cannot even get out of my car or sit on a toilet right now. But you know what? I'm gonna look fire in a few days because we're gonna have a photo shoot after the cycle is done. And yeah, ladies, let's romanticize stretching. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I was like, I need to start adding it in for you guys because I never add it in. I always just do it and not record it. Let's romanticize stretching. You're going to feel so sexy when you're flexible, baby. Okay. When those muscles and joints are loose and grooving and you are aging well, body plump, sculpted and toned while being flexible. Let's romanticize stretching. Okay, so take your time. I can almost do the splits. I don't know if that's in my future, but we feeling really good. The hips get so tight, especially as women, whether you have a sit down job or you're standing or you're training. So even if you're not going to the gym, the body is still always going to need a tune up like a car. All right, it's still going to need premium fuel like a car. Right? It's still going to need maintenance and repair like a car, right? It's a vehicle. Your body is a vehicle. Your body is a temple. So see it like that, treat it like that, romanticize everything you do when you touch. It's all about those small things, small details, fine tuning, taking your time, and just loving on your body in every moment. All right. Okay, y'all. I love training with you guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'm now gonna head over and do my cardio. We hit 10K steps every single day. Well, 6 days a week. I take Sundays off usually to go a little bit slower because I like to eat on the weekend. All right. But yeah, let me know in this video if you want to see anything else. If you have any questions, if I should keep going, whatever you like, let me know. Drop it down below. And you guys have an amazing day. Love you guys. I love showing up for you. Bye. Alrighty guys, we are done the workout. I'm gonna do at least 20 minutes of incline treadmill, and this is the book that I'm gonna read. The pivot here.